We are engaged in doing something or the other all the time. And there's always someone or something we do it all for. Who we do it for or what we do it for define a life significantly. The reason why you do what you do includes a person or thing you do it all for. For example, if you're an employee with an organization, you go to work every day. The work you do for a living is what you do every day. The question here is, who do you do it all for? If your answer is, I do it for the employer or the organization, that's the person you do it all for. And that means your commitment to work, your interest in work, and your productivity will then depend on the character and the culture of your employer or boss. The satisfaction you get from your job will then remain directly proportionate to the values your boss subscribes to and to the way he rewards you and respects you for who you are and what you do for him. You then tend to get upset, disappointed, demotivated, and even depressed if your boss doesn't reward you to your expectations and delight. However, if your answer to the question, who do you do it all for, is, I do it all for my family, the reason why of who you do it all for dramatically shifts or changes. And that changes your whole mindset and attitude toward work and your workplace. Your family then becomes the reason why you do what you do for. This attitudinal shift gives you the strength to endure all your personal pains and losses at your workplace. You will then begin to take it all in your stride. You will then devise ways to go with the flow at your workplace. Your boss, work, and workplace will lose their sting or power to affect you. Doing what you do for someone or something larger than you protects you from disappointments and distresses. Clearly, the ones that take things personally and react at the drop of a hat are generally people that are full of themselves. Their self-conceit, superiority complex, sense of self-entitlement, and self-centrism chip away at their ability to adapt, self-control, and carry themselves. Now, who you do for what you do could be a person, or a collective, or a team, or the God you believe in and worship. The person you do it all for, or the thing you do it all for, takes your focus away from you and places it on that person. As you hold that person your idol, she or he becomes the God you do it all for. No matter who or what that someone or something becomes and remains your God, the ideal, the cause, the person or thing worthy of your praise and worship, worthy of your life and everything you do with life, and in life. That person or thing becomes the reason why you do everything you do in life. You do it all for that person, entity, ideal or thing. As a result, your personal pains, losses, and discomforts do not trouble or torment you any longer. You stop living for yourself and start living for the one you love and value. You start doing it all for that person or thing, and that turns the reason you live your life for. Who you live your life for is who you do it all for. And when you do that, life turns meaningful and purposeful to you. You begin to live, stand, speak, fight, and even die for the one you live for and do it all for. Even the daily chores and mundane things you do in life turn an offering to the one you do it all for. They become your sacrifice for the one you live for and do it all for. Literature offers us loads of examples demonstrating how it plays out in real life and in fiction. In contrast, if you have no vision and mission beyond yourself, you remain a self-centric person. You then will have only your personal pleasures, gains and advancements for your vision and mission. And that amounts to setting yourself for a life of chronic gloom and doom, disappointments, dissatisfactions and distresses. All your life you will then stay murmuring and complaining about what others do not do for you. At the same time, you will remain blind to what you do for others. You'll never take any initiative to do anything for the good of others. Interestingly, you will not be able to give others anything worth if you do not have a vision and mission beyond yourself. That said, who you do what you do for is a choice and decision you have to make carefully. It's a choice and decision you should make after thoughtful consideration. Because if you do not do it right, you'll ruin your whole life. So, ask yourself, who is it that you do it all for? Is that person or entity or thing worthy of giving your life and actions to? If not, change your choice and decision before it's too late. Earlier the better. Some people do what they do for things like political ideology they subscribe to. For a political leader they come to idolize. For religious beliefs or atheistic ideas they subscribe to. While others do what they do for their family or loved ones, or a god they believe in, or a guru, a cult leader, a god-man, or an identity they adopt or inherit by choice or force. And you wonder how and why cults indoctrinate their gullible followers to live and die for a given cult or its leader or a bunch of leaders and their ideology. In the process, they get dehumanized and insensitive to heinous crimes they commit against fellow humans that they begin to see as threats or enemies. They do it all for the ideology they subscribe to. And you wonder how and why soldiers are trained to live and die for their nation. And you wonder why oaths of allegiance are taken before people are given positions of power. The individuals that people elect and appoint in positions of power are required to swear allegiance to them, that they will use the power given them for the common good and to ensure equity, equality, liberty, and fraternity that unite them as a nation. Here, the individual is required to do what he does for the cause of a nation which is larger than him and his personal predilections, beliefs, and preferences. To sum up, regardless of what you do, everything you do at any given point of time in your life is done for someone or something. Who is it for and what is it for makes all the difference. That defines you and sets the course of your whole life. That determines the quality and quantity of life you get to live. It's well to remember, being is doing. Because every moment of your life you are doing something, be it work or rest, sleep or dream, think or feel, talk or listen. You are doing something or the other all the time. And it's invariably for someone or something that you do what you do, consciously or unconsciously, knowingly or unknowingly, instinctually or intently. Doing is being, and being is doing. Who or what you do it all for shapes your vision, mission, experience, and meaning of life for you.